Do you have a dirty little secret? Welcome to the club.
And you're all invited.
The first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
We're handing out memberships, free of charge.
Step up to the VIP line and let Dayna and Brimstone take you on a weekly ride of secrets and debauchery.
Now buckle up, Buttercup, because things are about to get heated on the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Dirty Little Secrets Club. I'm Dayna Pereira.
And this is Brimstone.
Brim, we were talking off air a little bit about going to theme parks and stuff like that. And you had said, like, I don't care if I go on the rides or not. Do you get sick on the rides, or is that just me as I get older?
It might be you as you get older. I love the rides. And honestly, I would go on them all day and all night. There are two things with the rides for me. One, I'm a very big, broad guy. So what do you call it? So a lot of the rides now in my older years that I'm bigger and broader and so forth, not even my stomach, just my chest alone.
Yeah.
Sometimes it won't go down over my chest. So, so the roller coasters, which are my favorite ride to go on, it won't even go over my shoulders, some of them. And then if it goes over my shoulders, it doesn't necessarily go over my belly. So
you're not trying to fly off of a roller coaster and make the news?
No. I'm a roller coaster junkie. I would go on them all day, all night. Matter of fact, back when I was wrestling and my partner at the time, my tag partner, Mike, wrestled under the name Mayhem. The two of us used to go and we would be in Florida and we'd be training and wrestling and doing all that stuff there. And then we would spend the rest of the time at Universal Studios at the Islands of Adventure. And we would go on like the Hulk roller coaster about 300 times in a day. You know what I mean? Like they would just let us keep going on and on and on and on. You know what I mean? I absolutely love roller coasters. So that's one thing. And then other things like here at Universal, also they have the whole Harry Potter world now. I don't know if you've been there, but they have the big Hogwarts. And,
I have, but it was Universal in LA area. That's where I came to.
Okay, I don't know if it's the same setup there as it is in Florida, but the ride there, I got, I don't wait on the lines. I can go in and kind of do my thing because of who I am. Don't be mad at me, people. I just, it is what it is.
We're not mad. We're jealous.
But that being said, when I waited a little bit for this one ride, because it was a new ride and they had to have me wait. And then when we got in, I couldn't fit where two people would be. That's how small they made it, where two people would be in this Harry Potter ride. My shoulder width was too big to be in this. I was like this. I couldn't do it.
God.
So, like I am two of you side to side, maybe even more, like 2.5 of you. You know what I mean? You can even look in the video. Look at the video. We're right about the same, spot. Yeah. You could put two of you, one on each side of me. You know what I mean? So if there was two of you sitting in my lap, not saying you're sitting in my lap or anything like that, but if you're sitting in my lap, two of you, okay, I would still be larger than you, But that being said, so that's the biggest reason that I've learned to be like, all right, well, I can't necessarily go on everything because of, I'm big. Even if I didn't have my gut, it's still difficult. You know what I mean? Because of my width. So,
But for me, I just get like motion sickness on everything.
Really?
I took my children to Universal Studios a few years ago. I took the older two, the teenagers, and every single ride that I went on, and I went on all of them, but I had to close my eyes the entire time. And so I was like, man, I just spent a bunch of money to close my eyes on everything. However, I like to go for the food. I really like to go for that. I want the churros. I want the beer. I tried the butter beer. I was unimpressed, by the way, with the butter beer.
I like butter beer. I like the butter beer.
It's okay. It was too sweet.
Delicious.
Way too sweet.
You just like you were looking for real beers, what you were looking for.
Yeah.
Give
I was
me a
looking
pint.
for creamy beer or something. I don't know what I was expecting out of it, but it was okay. I wasted $12 on it or something like that.
Oh,
but yeah, give me all the churros, give me the turkey legs, give me all the food shit.
Danielle loves the turkey legs. Like every time we go. So if I know, okay, we have to, like at Disney, we have to go through by Jungle Cruise and all that stuff, because that's where, the what do you call it? So the turkey legs, you know what I mean? So you got to go over that area, get the turkey leg, and kind of chill for a little bit. Yeah. And by the way, everybody, I just want to put it out there. I'm a little down this week. And I've been this way all week. So any shows you might hear me on, I did a couple of interviews on Grindhouse here on Dirty Little Secrets Club. I lost a good friend this past week, so I have not been right. So if I'm a little down or a little emotional, there's a reason for it. I don't want you guys to think that I'm just having a bad time, because I'm not. Seeing Dana's face makes me happy, and having our show, doing our show makes me happy. But I am just a little off. So I just want you guys to understand that, just in case you could sense that I'm a little down. Full disclosure, that's where I'm at. So rest in peace, Nichelle Nichols. You were a legend, and I loved you. And what do you call it? And I'm gonna miss her so much. Speaking about beer, just triggered that. You know what I mean? She, even though it wasn't beer, she used to drink me under the table. Yeah. I should be ashamed of myself. This little frail woman.
She should be real proud of herself.
Yeah. She used to drink these White Russians and just totally knock me under the table. It was crazy. But anyway, back to what we were talking about. Yeah, no, theme parks, absolutely, positively adore, going to them and just enjoying the sights, just being around in there. If I'm there, people, and you see me, I don't mind you coming over and saying hello, but please be discreet about it. Do it in a nice, respectful way. So this way I could still enjoy my day. Because that's the one thing I don't like when I go to the parks, is that, if there's somebody who recognizes and they don't think and they make a big scene about it, rather than coming over in a nice way, that just ruins the day for me and my family or whoever else I'm with. And
then you got a bunch of rubberneckers, right? They're like, wait, who? What? What's going on?
People who don't even know who you are. Oh my God. More often than not, they don't even know who you are. One person does, and then 20, 30, 40, 50 people don't know who you are, but they still want a picture because they heard that you must be somebody.
Yeah, just in case.
And some people might like that attention. And yeah, if I'm at a convention, I'll take that attention. But when I'm on vacation or and I don't really get that much time off, as that's the one thing that I dislike about being in the park, is because there's always at least one person who's like, oh, and then you go, freaking hell. But and it's not, and they don't mean it. It's like, most of the time it's excitement, most of the time it's just like, oh my God, I remember you when you wrestled, or I remember you from back when you were a musician, or like the comic book thing, the radio thing, like the TV show, whatever it is, you know what I mean?
Well,
Big Bang Theory.
Fair, Brim, you have a resume that's a mile long, so
I accept it. I do accept it. And at the end of the day, not everything's even on that resume. So, people know me from business and everything too, that's not on there. So I and I appreciate that. And I'm also, it's not like when The Rock walks into a place and everybody knows who he is. I'm okay with that, to a certain extent. I want to, I'm just kidding. But I'm okay with it. But, again, all it takes is one person. And, and the bigger issue is like, just like The Rock, I mean, he's just larger than life, but I have a very distinct look. You know what I mean? So if you know who I am, it's me. There's no, I can't hide the way I look, you know what I mean? So unless I shaved my face, you know what I mean, and my eyebrows off, and I'm just kidding. Can you imagine if I walked in, everything was shaved, no eyebrows, no hair, no goatee? I'd be a scary looking person.
You would. I got a would you rather yesterday, actually, as I was guesting on a show. One of the would you rathers was, would you do a full unibrow or no eyebrows at all? And I was like, oh, please, this is easy. Unibrow, thank you, all day, every day.
Really?
Over no eyebrows. Hell yeah.
But see, here's the thing. You should know this. I'm almost shocked that you didn't pull this one off, because what do you call it? When you're doing would you rathers, there's always a way around it. Old Brim always knows the way around it. So yeah, I'll shave the eyebrows off because you could always draw them back in. Aha.
Drawn eyebrows are a trigger for me because
Okay.
I lived through the 90s.
All right, you do the unibrow, Eddie.
Yeah.
So, all right, there we go. All right, here we are.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord. No, I absolutely, I love theme parks. And I can't get enough of them. And I've spent so much time in them over the years, because when you're touring and you have a couple of days extra, you go, all right, well, what are we going to do? And if there's something around, it's like, all right, let's do this, and
Yeah.
you do the theme park thing. And California Disney, I've only been able to go there a few times in recent years. One time when I was filming for the movie Preacher 6, which we're still waiting for it to come out. But the one time when I was filming for that, I wound up having a day that they didn't have me on schedule in between my filming. And they said to me, they go, what do you call it? Well, you're going to have the day off. So you can either sit around set or you could just enjoy yourself. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm getting paid and I've got the day off and I've got nothing going on. I'm going to Disney.
Disney.
I was going to go alone and what do you call it? And then I'm like, how pathetic is it going to be for me in my 40s, going to Disney World by myself and walking around. So I was like, maybe I should put it out there. And I put it out and to see who was around. And my friend Marilyn Gigliotti, who you got to meet, she's the best, from Clerks. I told you to go find her.
Yeah, you did.
San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call it? So Marilyn's like, I have the day. I can come and hang out with you. I was like, yes, we're getting the gray stuff. It's delicious. And what do you call it? She came and we had such a blast. It was so nice because we had time to just hang out and catch up outside of everything else. And you got the occasional people going like this, like but what do you call it? What a good time. So and then the other couple of times I've been there were with my Grindhouse people after I did San Diego or I was doing something in LA, and that's fun. So I did what is it, Adventure or something?
California
Park?
Adventure.
Yes, and then and regular Disney. But I have never been to the LA Universal Studios, except for when I was a little kid. So when I'm in town, we're gonna have to take a trip out and do a day, and you're gonna have to hang out with me there.
And
I will take your kids on all the rides. I'll take your kids on all the rides.
Okay.
We'll go anything that I can get on. We're gonna go on.
Nice.
But because I haven't done it. I don't know why I haven't done it. I guess because the allure is always go to Disney,
Yeah.
But Universal is one of my favorite parks. Do you like Universal or Disney better?
I really liked it, especially because it's like, The Simpsons and stuff like that. Like I had a great time there. So yeah.
I'm over the Simpsons. I'm not even crazy about the Simpsons, but like that whole area is really wild. It's really cool. It really is. Although I will say, I'm going to put it out there, Universal, because I know you're listening. Well, maybe or maybe not. But wait, so last time I was there, we did, what do you call it? We were doing the show then, right? Because I bitched about it. I think when I was there.
I don't know.
It was a year ago, and we've been doing the show for over a year.
Yeah.
So I had to been with you at that point. What do you call it? So we went and we got tacos from the taco truck that's there.
Mm-hmm.
The taco. I don't know if it's the same in California, but in Florida, it's the taco truck with I forgot who the character is. And what do you call it? My son and I sat and waited on that line, and I don't like waiting on lines. We sat and waited on that line for an hour. Okay, an hour. Okay, mind you. And what do you call it? They ran out of taco shells.
Oh,
you have one job, one item on your menu, one job. How do you run out of taco shells and then have to go and run and get taco shells?
Wow.
You are a theme park. You serve thousands of people a day. How is that a thing? Am I wrong?
That's really funny. That's really
Anyway.
funny. Yeah.
So we've got some good dirty little secrets today. What do you call it? I also, before we get started, I want to remind you guys, make sure you check out Dayna. She's got a great show outside of here, Trophy Wife Life, or is it you changed?
Where's our participation trophy?
There you go. Well, but I know that you do the other one
Yes.
Yeah, so this is a season, and and it's going well. You guys have been charting all over the place, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's really fun. I really enjoy doing the show, but don't worry, Brim. You're still my number one.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, eat that, Samantha, Sam. That's what I'm talking about. I'm the man, Sam.
Yeah.
I'm the man, Sam. You might be the woo man, but I'm the man.
She's
lady.
the woman, and you're the man.
I like her though. She's sweet. She's nice.
She's the best. She's awesome.
Nice. She comments every once in a while on my stuff, so I like that.
She's great.
So she's cool with me, and she's cute, so that doesn't hurt.
She's so pretty, so pretty. I
mean,
listen, I don't want to judge a woman just on her looks alone, but she's easy on the eyes.
You fine, baby. You fine. That's what you're supposed to say. You so fine.
She is fine.
And you also do the e-network, so make sure you tell everybody about the Entertainers Network.
Yeah, the e-network. You can find us at the Entertainers Network on Instagram. I have a bunch of interviews to put up that I have been slacking on, but we are slowly but surely getting that up. Blame my busyness for all of that shit.
That's fine. It's good to be busy. And listen, you're a one-woman show, and everybody needs to respect that. So it will get up. It'll be up when it'll get up when it gets up, and that's it. And the fact of the matter is that you're doing it, and you're doing a good thing for people in the entertainment world. So once it goes up, they'll be super psyched about it. And it is what it is, and I'm on there, so you guys can check out my interview that I did for Dayna on there. And also, if you don't mind checking out the Grindhouse Radio, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on anywhere you can get your podcasts. We appreciate that. Pop culture, and you're not going to like anybody else, but you'll love me. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. What do you call it? But that being said, what do you call it, guys? We got some great dirty little secrets. Before we start, Dayna, you should let everybody know the first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
Yes, guys, at the top of the show, which is 20 minutes in almost, the first rule of the Dirty Little Secrets Club is to tell everyone about the Dirty Little Secrets Club.
Hell to the yes. Make sure you shoot it out there. Let everybody know, because just because we're a little secret club doesn't mean we're a secret club. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So put it out there. Make sure you tag people. Everybody's got that little bit of kink in them that they want to, get worked out.
So and if they say they don't, they're lying.
Absolutely lying. As we found out last episode, if you missed that, you need to go to church. All right. Not temple, because we're okay with sex at temple. Yeah. Church. Anyway, am I starting or are you?
You are kicking us off, friend.
See, isn't that awesome? See, I forget every time because I'm just awful. All right. So the first writer says, one time I had to pee so bad and was stuck in traffic. So I peed into one of my kids' diapers that I had stashed in the glove box for emergencies. Theirs, not mine. It definitely came in clutch for my emergency. Well, I have never peed into a diaper before. Bottles, yes. Cans, yes. What do you call it? Cups, of course. Into a diaper, no. I gotta believe that I or you, even as a small woman, I gotta believe that we have more urine that comes out of us than a baby. You know what I mean? Or a little kid.
Yeah. I'm sure that is true. Although, they are super absorbent. I am curious, how that worked out for you. It would not have been my first thing. It wouldn't have been the go-to in my mind. Oh, I know. I have an emergency diaper for kids in my glove box. I would have been like, is there a cup holder in here that I can pee into, or a bowl, or a water bottle, or there would have been several other items that I would have been looking for in my car before I even tried to get to the diaper. And
here's the thing. I need to know if this was a male or a female, and we do not know. For a male, it's hard enough. For a female, it's got to be that much harder, unless you were, it was a woman and she was wearing a skirt. You know what I mean? It can kind of move things sideways.
On the diaper.
Yeah, I could see that. But at the end of the way, at the end of the day, I got to believe that would be really, really messy. And what do you call it? And especially the more you go in it, the bigger it's becoming. So how did it not get everywhere? I have questions. You might have the answers. And then in terms of A guy, I mean, it's that thing. It has a mind of its own sometimes. It's like, you know what I mean? Hosing all over the place, So for me, like it's always good if, and I haven't in a while. I should, but the nice Snapple bottle or or one of the Arizona bottles that twist off the top.
Yeah, with a
those are
larger
perfect. Yes. So it can fit the girth in there, you know what I mean? And you stick it in, you know what I mean? Or if it's a little bigger, you stuff it in, and then this way it goes and it creates the seal. And then you could just go freely without it going all over the place.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But you know what the difficult part is? And this is always going to happen. I don't care who you are or how good you are. This is always going to happen when you're a guy. When you pull it out, you're still going to have those dribbles. And those dribbles are going to wind because you can't go and shake it off. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, it's going to go everywhere, but even if in the bottle, you can't do that because you can't shake it. If you do, I'm sorry for you or the woman you're with. But, at the end of the day, the fact is you pull it out and now you've got the dribbles on it. And if you only have two hands and you're driving a car or sitting in a car, you have one hand holding the bottle, how do you wipe it and clean it off? So, sometimes I try to be slick and I'll grab, I have a napkin, try to grab the head of it and wipe it off real quick, and then pop that into the thing, tie it up and you're good to go. But sometimes it's like, and you get that little extra squirt and you go, shit. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but
I made so much of that up, but I'm just gonna go with it because I found it amusing. But for women, look, you could go in a Snapple bottle if you do it, correctly. You just need a little practice. That's all.
And maybe we could even like turn this into a positive spin here. Like maybe you pitch this to Huggies, right? Like which brand were you using?
maybe you pitch it to Huggies. Oh my God.
Look how absorbent this is. Can even hold the urine of an adult.
What do you call it? Yeah, I mean, I gotta believe that thing was huge. I mean, what would you do if you were in that situation? One, you'd probably hold it in, but if you had to pee in something, what would you do? You go for like a bottle, right?
Probably a bottle.
You just gotta get the little hole area, in the right
you just gotta line it up.
Yeah. Might have a little fun while you're doing it. You never know. I mean, it's like, wee! Ooh, if nice.
I have to pee that bad, there's definitely no fun to be had at that point.
I know. One of the worst things is when you're about to be intimate, right? And what do you call it? And there's touching and everything's going on, and the guy is like this, like ready to go, and then all of a sudden that thing that's super hard, and you go, oh man, I gotta take a leak.
Oh no.
and then you could, because you spent the time doing it, but now you gotta, it's no good.
Yeah.
That's the worst. The worst. Oh my goodness. Anyway, anything else on this one, or are we done?
Nope. I will kick us off on the next one here. That says, my fiance has no idea how bad my credit is. I screwed up in my past and just haven't been able to dig out of the hole. Now she wants to buy a house and I'm panicking. I've started paying stuff off. Luckily, the market is so horrendous right now that I'm able to stall her a little.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh.
So, I mean, how long have they been together? You know what I'm saying? That's first of all. Second of all, I mean, have you tried working on the credit? I mean, that's something that you could probably try to do. Also, 7 years, after 7 years, any bad credit falls off. You know what I mean? So it's not on your credit report anymore. So how long ago?
It does, but they have tricks to keep that shit on your credit report. Like they will they'll sell it to another company and then that company will reach out to you, or they have tricks to keep that on your credit report.
No, however, still they can't. As long as you don't make a payment, no, they can't. They can't.
Okay.
And then what you can do is, I mean, you could do it easier on creditreport.com. I'm sure you've heard of it before, no free ads, but if you go to creditreport.com and you sign up for the thing there, basically it tells you all the stuff that's on your report, and you can look, and if anything is over the 7 years, you can dispute it right on creditreport.com. They do it for you, and it will come off of your credit report. And what do you call it? So you can only do one dispute at a time with a free account.
Yeah.
But and that usually will take a month at a clip. But what do you call it? But at the end of the day, it'll come off and they'll take care of it. So yeah. So anybody who does need what do you call it? Help with that, freecreditreport.com is actually not bad. And I actually was able to get off a couple of things that were very, very old that had been on my report from years ago. So and everything went up. So just so you guys know, you can fix it. So hopefully that helps people.
And once you start like paying stuff off, like I paid off a couple of things on my credit report whenever Joe and I got engaged, and I had the opportunity to actually start rebuilding my credit because I was a single mom that had been laid off a few times. And, so I get it. The economy shits on you sometimes, and then it screws you whenever it's time for you to kind of pick yourself up, because it's real easy to screw it up and it's real hard to repair it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
It only took, I think, maybe a year and a half, 2 years for my score to jump up very high. Now I think my credit's higher than my husband's, and he had really good credit. Yeah.
That's good. Well, that at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to is, it's not all on you anyway, and it's both of you. And sometimes all it takes is just, just doing one thing or paying one thing off, or you know what I'm saying? Now also just keep in mind, what do you call it? It does not get rid of judgments. If you have judgments, that it does not get rid of. However, what do you call it? It does get rid of what do you call it? Like I said, it does get rid of the credit on the report. Like, so if it's a closed account, you need to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's my opinion, but I think it's great that, what do you call it, that you did it, now yours is better than the Huggies. That's like a little like what do you call it? Yeah, Danielle's was getting better than mine, and all of a sudden I was just like, oh, hello. Because there were a couple of things that were older that never came off, because they don't necessarily take them off, and then if you don't know about it, they just sit there. So I had things on there and I go, this is like 9 years old, 10 years old, this should not be on here. Yep. So I would absolutely look into that. Anyways,
to be fair, the only reason my credit is better than my husband's is because my husband is the one that opens all of the credit for his business. So he has a lot more open credit on his, which keeps his score hovering. I mean, he still has really good credit. It just, mine gets a little bit higher because I don't have as much open credit as he does.
There you go. Well, but that means that, he's probably got more of a credit line.
Yes.
He's got more credit.
Yeah.
So that's more. A positive. Yeah. That's the hardest thing too, to build for a business. You know what I mean? Like, because you've got to just keep building it and paying it on time, and and then eventually you're able to get more. It takes forever. All right. So are we moving on?
Yep.
All right, here we go. I've been with my fair share of men and my husband for over 6 years and have never had an orgasm. Oh, wait. Okay, I said that. I just didn't read it properly. I've been with my fair share of men, but my husband for over 6 years and I have never had an orgasm. That sounds better. Not a single time. Not a single time. There's something wrong with my lady garden. Okay. So you've been with a whole ton of men and your husband for over 6 years and you've never had an orgasm. Okay. All right. Do you have anything to say about that?
That feels so sad that you've never had never with any men at all, never had an orgasm. That maybe you are, and you're just expecting your orgasm to be like this big, huge explosion thing. I remember whenever I was a teenager, I really expected orgasms to be like this crazy thing that I've never experienced before in my life. And then I had one and I was like, are you kidding? I've been doing that to myself for years. That's what that was.
That's hilarious. Well, I mean, or maybe nobody's hitting the spot. Maybe it just needs a little extra attention. Have any of them given you extra attention? You know what I mean? Like, have they really given extra attention? Also, if you have your man on top and your legs are there, have them press down on the lower half of your abdomen. What do you call it? And they're pressing down while they're doing it. It presses everything and it creates more of a friction where it needs to be. So what do you call it? That'll help you out as well. That'll get you there a little bit quicker potentially. Also, there are plenty of toys that can help you, hit that spot. What do you call it? So yeah, I would definitely look into that. And because if you haven't, that's very sad. You absolutely should. Or you're with all the wrong men. They're not taking good care of you and they're not trying to, make you go. Like that would be, if that was me, I would be like, we are not leaving this room until you go at least 2 or 3 times. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but do you think there is potential for like a select small group of people, like a rare breed of people that don't have orgasm, like they just aren't equipped with a G-spot? Do you think that's possible?
But here's the thing: is you don't need to hit your G-spot for an orgasm.
Well,
You can you have a clip.
Maybe they just can't orgasm.
There's 2 different types. Well, there's technically 3 different types of ways to have an orgasm. There's clitoral, there's G-spot, and then there's just basic vaginal play. So what do you call it? There's 3 different ways to have it. Depending on what kind of sensitivity you have. Some people never ever have a G-spot orgasm, and what do you call it? And most people don't have a G-spot orgasm. Let's be honest.
There is a medical term for it.
Oh, for no orgasms?
It's
okay.
Called
What is that?
Anorgasmia is a delayed, infrequent, or absent orgasms.
Really?
Yep. Women who have problems with orgasms and who feel significant distress about those problems may be diagnosed with this. There are women out there that just don't have them.
That's really interesting. And I guess that's a thing, but again, I would be obsessed with trying to make it happen.
Wouldn't you, like, if this woman was physically incapable of having an orgasm and then you were obsessed with trying to make her orgasm, wouldn't that just make you feel bad?
I'd make it happen. No.
But
I'd
you
make
can't
it happen.
make somebody, that's like saying
bullshit. I'd make it happen. I would make it happen, Dayna. I don't give a shit.
She would fake it before it happened. She'd be like, great. Yep, did it. You're the first one.
Wow, wonderful. No. I don't listen. I again, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way. You know what I mean?
It's physically impossible for that particular woman. There's a medical condition where a woman cannot orgasm.
All right. Well,
are you defying science, Brim?
I am defying science. I must be a Republican. Oh, sorry, I didn't say that. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. Strike that from the record. Yeah, there we go. What do you call it? Anyways, yeah. So I would absolutely. I think that 100%. There's got to be a way. You know what I'm saying? Women can have an orgasm by touch alone, not even on the vagina, by nipples. You know what I mean? Touching nipples.
But not all of them are made the same. This person, there's a group of people that just don't orgasm.
Here you go, Dayna. That's for you. Nice little kiss. I tell you this right now, my friend. I am an explorer. And I will find a way. Life will find a way.
All right.
Orgasms.
Christopher Columbus of Orgasm.
Find a way. Maybe not every time, but listen. That's right. If a man can make you come before he does, he's a keeper. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Toys work, Anyway, did you try that toy that I told you about? Or did I never tell anybody about it? Oh my God. It's incredible. That thing's a wonderful toy. Yeah. I urge everybody, they need to sponsor us before I even say the name on there.
Yeah. I think this next one is going to be Brim approved, by the way, because I know that this little fetish is also your little fetish. It's about pregnancy. I know how much you love pregnant women.
I love it.
This one says, I posted erotic pregnancy pictures when I was pregnant and used the money to buy a tummy tuck and a boob job after I had the baby. I feel great and I have no debt.
I have nothing to say. I'm just gonna shut my mouth. I'm done. Stick a fork in me. I'm done. What do you call it? Okay. Listen. All right. I'm there for it. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I love pregnant. Oh, I think it's so sexy. There's nothing sexier than a woman who's carrying another child in their body. I think that's sexy. What do you call it? And don't get me wrong, I like unpregnant women as well. And they're sexy too. I just think, it's like, when it's, especially when it's yours, and it's like, oh, that's hot. You know what I mean? It's like, let me touch that belly, now let me dent that forehead in. You know what I mean? You didn't get that one, did you?
No.
You need to dent the forehead in.
I didn't. I thought you said foreign, and I was like, what's a foreign?
No, dent the forehead in. Kid comes out with a hole in their head. What the hell, man? What you doing, Dad? What was that all about? I saw this thing coming in. I had no idea what it was. I was trying to block it, but it just kept hitting me in the head. It was like tap, 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 just a tap, tap, tapping. Anyway, no,
I am out with a concussion.
I am here for the erotic pregnancy pictures. I'm very upset because I didn't receive any. I'm not going to pay for them, but at the end of the day, I'm upset that I didn't receive them. No, I'm just kidding. So she got a tummy tuck and a boob job afterwards. See, as long as it makes you feel good, that's great. And as long as, it was okay for you to post those pictures or do that with your pictures, with your significant other, then great.
Who knows if she even has a significant other? She might
maybe
not. Maybe she was like, I'm about to single motherhood this shit. Let's make some money. Right. And there's definitely a market out there for pregnant fetishes and stuff. I know so many people that have written into this show even that just have that pregnancy fetish. So I'm sure she made a killing, especially if she could afford a tummy tuck and a boob job. So good for you. I applaud you. Way to go.
One of my favorites is the milk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The milk. It's like a golden shower without the pee. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful.
Yeah.
There you go. Warm, delicious. Anyway.
Cantaloupe juice.
I am so gross. That being said, yeah. Well, what do you call it? More power to you. I've no hate for that. Nothing but love. You know what I'm saying? I'm next.
You are.
Let's see. The next writer says, my ex was a complete asshole that cheated and gaslighted me all the time. When I finally came to my senses and moved out, he was so mad that he told me I was worthless and he never loved me. I hid anchovies in little nooks all around the house. One of our mutual friends mentioned a few weeks later that he had to cancel his birthday party because there was an awful smell in the house that he couldn't get rid of. That is fantastic. That is a beautiful thing. Good for him, and fuck him for treating you like that. You are worth something, and we love you. So what do you call it? I think that's really effed up thing. People are just assholes. That's
they are such assholes.
Even if you were complete shit, you know what I mean? There's still no reason to sit and talk to somebody like that.
No.
And to do the things that he was doing. I think that's fucked up. And me, I really don't necessarily curse all the time on the show. That's something like that bothers me. You know what I mean? Treat people kindly, treat them nicely. There's no, and certainly don't fucking cheat on them. That's and don't gaslight people. That's awful. Also, the anchovy thing, absolutely hilarious. What's really funny is brings me back to an old wrestling story. I wasn't involved. But what do you call it? There was a time where there was one of the legendary female wrestlers, Mae Young, had been, what do you call it? She was asked to come out, and part of like a whole skit was Stone Cold Steve Austin and what do you call it? Oh my God, I can't believe I blanked out on the other one. It was can't remember. It doesn't matter, even though it happened to him. I just can't believe Eric Bischoff. So it was Eric Bischoff and Stone Cold, and what do you call it? What it was is they were supposed to take what was called a Bronco Buster, which was made famous by another worker called X-Pac, Sean Waltman. And what it was is you fall into a corner, and then the opponent comes running up, dives onto you with their legs spread, and then your junk is in their face, and you jump up and down with it.
Yeah.
So Mae Young, the whole thing was Mae Young was supposed to come out and do a Bronco Buster on them. So they were ribbing Bischoff, and ribbing is pulling a prank in wrestling.
Uh-huh.
And what she did was she put anchovies inside her outfit down on the bottom. So when she went crotch first and rubbed her stuff in his face, it was all smelling of anchovies and everything. And yeah,
oh my god,
that in front of millions of people. So it was, I think it was pretty sure it was on a pay-per-view. So yeah. So that brings me back to the whole anchovy thing, which is hilarious. So that is funny.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, you know how much I love petty revenge, and this person, I am here for it. I love that he had to cancel his party because he was probably like walking around that like, where the fuck is this smell coming from?
I thought this was coming from my woman. It was obviously coming from me. Oh my god, what did I do?
Come back. I love you and I miss you.
I'm so sorry. Please.
I had no idea what you had to put up with.
I know that you love the pettiness of this. But I mean, is it really petty? Is it really petty? That's not petty. He deserved it.
Petty.
You think so?
Yeah, but
he really deserved it. That's not petty.
I don't mean
That's
petty in a bad way. Whenever I say petty, I'm not saying it like, oh, she's so petty. I mean, like, I'm saying it as like, you could have walked away and did something, but you're like, I'd be a little petty, like I like to be a little petty, and I like it in a nice way. Like,
there you go.
Well, I don't know if it's a nice way, but
sir, shit is not a nice way.
Sometimes you're like, you don't want to be full on dick, but that little petty revenge just, man, it brings you back to life. I'm here for it.
There you go. I love it. And I love this woman. I think she's fantastic. What do you call it? You are great. You are a class act in my eyes. So what do you call it? Yeah, that's very cool.
Shoes and your eyes.
There you go. And if you need a nice guy, let me know. I'll set you up with somebody. What do you call it? How freaking like awful is that to be talked to that way and
I know.
treated like that?
People suck.
Ugh, that's really awful. By the way, what do you call it? I don't know. Did we mention that last week? We didn't, right? About the thing that I was nominated and I got.
We didn't know. Tell everybody right now because it's so fucking cool and I'm so excited for you and I'm so proud of you and I'm so happy for you.
See, that's the excitement I like. Thank you so much. I love you so much. What do you call it? So I was I was nominated and I was apparently picked as number 2 position. What do you call it? The 40 over 40 most influential people in podcasting from Podcast Magazine. Yeah.
Awesome. That's so awesome.
And we were listed
for you.
We were listed. I'm surprised they actually listed Dirty Little Secrets Club, but I'm just kidding. No, because we're risque, so sometimes they, people shy away from things like that. But we were right there in big black and blue. You know what I mean? It was black and white. Black and blue. That's what I'm
black
gonna
and
get.
blue.
No, but I love it. What do you call it? I'm so happy and very, very thankful for that. And being in the number 2 spot, I thought was really, really cool. At first I'm like, oh, they must have done it in alphabetical order, and then I'm looking and I'm like, this is not in alphabetical order. I was like, good placement, not bad.
Yeah,
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So yeah, and so next year you've got to be in the 40 under 40. That's what you got to be in.
Well, I am 40 though, so I'm gonna have to be over 40.
I was trying to still get by that you're 25, Dayna. I was trying to show you love here, and you totally just botched the shit out of it. So then we'll have to get you into 40 over 40.
Yes. Well, and I'm assuming that is up on your website if people want to go and check it out and see your little write-up.
Yes, actually, I didn't do a blog or anything about it yet. But if you go to my bio page and you scroll through it, what do you call it? There is an actual link to it, or you just go on it and press Control F and then put 40 over 40, and it'll come up, and then you just click on it and it opens up the whole article. Or you just go to my social media, or you can just go to Podcast Magazine and you can get yourself an issue. So there you go. Exciting. And and anybody who brings that magazine to any of my signings, if you paid the $20 to get the magazine, you bring it to a signing, I'll sign it for free.
That's
So
awesome.
yeah, there we go. But thank you for showing love for it. I appreciate it. I
So
haven't gotten that
excited.
kind of love yet, and that makes me happy.
Oh, well, you deserve it. You deserve it. I mean, look at you go. You are a man that is doing all the things and putting your all into all of the things, and you deserved it. So
I
I'm
appreciate it.
really, really excited for you. And I hope that everybody goes and buys that issue and then does come and see you so that you
Yes.
can sign it for them.
I'm a real prick, though, guys. You don't really want to meet me in person. I'm just kidding. I'm so nice. Anyway, what do you call it? Well, that's about all the time we have for Dirty Little Secrets Club people. I would love to urge you to please go if you like what we do. Rate, review, subscribe, tell other
Yes.
people about it. 5 stars only if possible. Nice reviews. We appreciate that kind of thing. Help us rank. We need to rank in the States. What do you call it?
That's right.
So if you guys can keep pushing it out there, helping spread the word, we appreciate it. We love you. Listen, if COVID could spread the way it did and monkeypox is doing it, so can the Dirty Little Secrets Club. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
That's right.
Spread us like the plague. You know what I mean?
Spread us like a virus.
Damn, Daniel. Damn it, Daniel. Anyway, so again, that's about all the time we have. We appreciate it. We will love you. Dayna, any last words?
Yeah, make sure you go to the dirtylittlesecretsclub.com and submit your dirty little secrets. You can do it anonymously through our website.
Very good. And until next time, we love you. See you then.
You think we want something from you, you got another thing coming.